What I have found is that riders too often they rely on their trainers or their parents or somebody else to tell them what the rule is. Very often the trainer or the parent doesn't know the rule, or they're in the barn braiding their horse and they say, "Oh, gee, can I use a black saddle pad? I forgot to bring my white one." And you'll get 3 other people shouting from their stalls where they're braiding their horses. 2 of them say, "Yes, you can wear a white saddle pad," and somebody else says you can't. Or they go online to learn the rules. I think it's very, very important, if you're spending a lot of money to go to a horse show and a lot of effort, that you read the USEF, United States Equestrian Federation rules, every year at the start of the competition season, because you as the rider you're the one who's responsible to know those rules, not your parent or your trainer. You're the one who's going to get held accountable if you make a mistake. One specific rule, for example, is the 45-second rule, which I'm personally, as a judge, not fond of. They changed it from 45 seconds to a minute. Now here's the problem. The judge rings their bell. You officially have 45 seconds to enter the ring at A. And you should know how long it takes to get around the ring. If the judge rings their bell when you're passing C, how much time does it take to get to the other end of the ring? Say you have just passed A and you're headed down the long side, judge rings their bell. Well, I know on my horse, for example, it takes 45 seconds to trot all the way around the ring. So if the judge rings a bell, just as I've gone past A, I don't have time to go all the way around the ring to enter the ring. I have to change direction and go the other way. So that, for example, is a very practical rule to know about. Several new rules this year. One, the rule book has been changed so that when you halt, you have to sustain it for at least 3 seconds. And I know a lot of people who the horse's feet never quite stop and they just kind of salute and keep running. So you need to be training your horse to halt at least 3 seconds. Another new rule this year, which was never in the rule book before, is in regard to diagonals. There was no such thing as the correct diagonal in the dressage rules. That has just changed as of April 1st of this year. You now not only have to be riding on the correct diagonal, but if you change direction, you have to change your diagonal. So those are examples of 2 new rules that will affect you for showing in 2013.